Hey guys, how you guys doing? It's August 31st, 2018. Hoping you're having a wonderful day, guys. A blessed day indeed. All right, I have a couple things that we need to talk about today. One, Ukraine. Yesterday I talked about the fact that Syria and Ukraine, those were, things we need to really pay attention to and what happens today in the Ukraine. All right, the leader, a little background first, just so we are on the same page. You probably know a few years ago, Russia invaded Crimea. They annexed Crimea, okay? A sovereign part of the Ukraine. They invaded, they annexed. Ukraine is one of those countries have very large ties to Russia. So a lot of people, they side with they identify as Russians. Okay, a lot of people in Ukraine, especially eastern Ukraine, they identify as Russians. And so when this happened, this happened during Barack Obama's presidency. We didn't really see any action against Russia, nothing concrete. I mean, we had people come out, of course, and state in the U.S. government and Western governments stating, oh man, Russia should not have done this. This is insane. They're invading a sovereign country, but nothing happened. It's just kind of like back in, I believe it was 2004 when Russia invaded Georgia. No one said really a damn thing. During that time, I think George W. Bush had the courtesy of taking the Georgian soldiers that were in Afghanistan, I think there was like 500, 600 of them, and flying them back to Georgia, but nothing else was done. Nothing else was done to Russia at that time. And we just saw today the assassination of the self-proclaimed leader of Donetsk, which is a city, a region in eastern Ukraine that is very heavily Russian influenced. They consider themselves their own republic. Russia recognizes this. Most other countries do not. Well, their leader, and I think his name's Sarchenko, I have no idea. I'm going to butcher his name regardless. This man was in a cafe, an explosion went off, and he was killed. He was killed. All right, and a lot of people are pointing fingers, Russian media came out and said that most likely it was the Ukrainian government. Some people in Donetsk said, hey, we think this was America. More than likely, though, this was Russia. A lot of sources that I've been reading have come out and stated that Russia didn't like this guy to begin with. They wanted to replace him to begin with. And what have we seen over the past 1 to 2 weeks? We've seen a lot of military hardware from the middle of Russia being sent to the Ukrainian border. All right, and it's been a couple hours since this man was assassinated in Donetsk, in the Ukraine, and we're already hearing Russia and the self-proclaimed new leader of Donetsk stating that Ukraine will be punished. They will be punished. We have multiple military divisions in that area being put on high alert. All right. We talked about Russia yesterday. They have so many military drills that either are going on or about to go on. We've got out east in eastern Russia, the largest military drill since 1981 about to happen. We have in the eastern Mediterranean, very close to Syria, we have a very large naval force from Russia that they're going to be having drills from September 3rd to the 8th, I believe. Around the same time, all of this is going on. We have that offensive in Syria, northern Syria, Idlib, all right? You start to connect the dots here, all right, and see what's going on, because it's not that hard once you look around to see, oh man, this assassination is probably happen to push a political agenda. And we may see the Russians use this opportunity to flood the border and take more of Ukraine, because they've threatened to do it more than once. There's been peace process after peace process in the Ukraine. I know we haven't heard about the Ukraine for years in the mainstream media because no one really cares. The last time we really heard anyone talk about it was when Russia annexed Crimea, but it's still been going on. They've had peace process after peace process that has not worked. It's not worked. It's kind of like the Israel-Hamas peace processes that we see last a couple hours to a couple days, and then it just happens all over again. The same thing's happening between the Ukraine and Donetsk. We're going to have to continue to watch that region. A lot of military hardware being brought to the border of the Ukraine, then this happens. You know, it's a little too coincidental for my taking, for my liking, rather. So we're going to have to continue to watch that situation in Ukraine, continue to watch the situation in Syria. I want to talk a little bit about North Korea, all right, because I haven't talked about North Korea for so long, all right, and we've had so much progress with North Korea, so much progress. It's been great. It has not been great. There is no progress whatsoever. We saw that summit months ago between Trump and Kim Jong-un, right? And after that, Trump basically acted like, oh, guys, Nobel Peace Prize, anybody? I got it. I made it happen. All right, denuclearization is on the horizon for North Korea. All right, great leader, by the way. Oh, fantastic guy. Loves his people. Loves them. Loves them. No, nothing has happened concrete. The only thing that we've seen, really, is the U.S. has stopped military exercises with South Korea over the past couple of months, which now we're hearing back and forth like they might start them up again. I believe there's a large Air Force drill that's supposed to happen in December between South Korea, Japan, and the United States of America. We may see that happen, but we also get tweets from Donald Trump basically praising Kim Jong-un, and I don't know if this is a good cop, bad cop thing where it's, you know, one day he's saying, yeah, we're not seeing any progress. It's you know, China and North Korea's fault. This is insane. Sanctions going to, you know, stay put. And then the next day we're seeing, oh, Kim Jong-un, he's a really great guy. We need to give him some time, you know, see if we see some fruition of the promises made at the summit. The fact of the matter is I said this months ago. I said this for the past year and a half that I've had a YouTube channel. North Korea is not a country that you can trust. North Korea is not a country that spends 30 years obtaining nuclear weapons. And when they finally get them, what, they're going to shell them out because of some promise from the U.S. government? It's not going to happen. That's not going to happen, guys. We have to continue to watch the situation with North Korea because things are going downhill, and they're going downhill very fast. We have certain experts coming out and stating, oh, this could turn around real quick. I believe that, you know, it could, but only if North Korea sees it in their favor, all right? They'll never give up their nuclear weapons. They're playing this cat and mouse game with Donald Trump, the greatest deal maker of all kind, and he's falling for it. He is falling for it hard. North Korea is not going to do what you want, Mr. President, and you need to understand that. And giving them concessions like not doing military drills and masking it, saying, oh, I don't want to, we shouldn't spend money on that anyway. They're super expensive. Really? How many bases do we have around the world? How many bases do we have in countries that are literally no threat, but you're going to stop drills on the border with a country that actually is ran by a madman that is a threat to the world? I don't buy it. We cannot trust North Korea to give up their nukes. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't see a deal where it does happen. All right? And lastly, what I want to talk about real quick is it kind of goes with the Syria situation. We know Iran has a foothold in Syria, that they're going to continue to have a foothold for the foreseeable future unless forced out. And I believe that we're going to see something happen between Israel and Iran in Syria, okay, very soon, because we just got word that Iran has moved missiles to Iraq. Now they have missiles that are in range of Tel Aviv, and I think that's a red line that's being crossed too many times, and Israel is going to do something about it. But honestly, we might all be waiting for the flash in the pan that is the offensive of Idlib. Something we have to continue to watch, guys. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'll try to get back to you. If you have anything I want to cover, what's going on around the world that I might have missed, because I miss things, guys, let me know, and I will try to research it and bring you guys the best news I can, all right? You know, there's a lot going on. We have to continue to watch, guys. Keep your eyes to the skies. Keep praying, and have a beer, guys. Thanks.